Welcome to your daily focus, March the 3rd, 2022. My name is Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly. Thank you. Thank you truly for all the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. I send it right back to you. Absolutely. We have the three energy today. Wow, do we have the three energy today? The three energy is the Empress energy. The three energy is the Empress, being the diplomat, and high in your intuition. So working them in combination. So very much what I was talking about with the new moon, of cementing your logic and your intuition together to work as one. And you can make very decisive decisions that way, because you will gain the knowledge, the clarity, the understanding that you need in order to make the wise decision, and also taking your heart into account. It's about birthing. It's about creativity. It's about the child. It's about communication. If we do the numerology of the day, it is a 12, which is, this was where the new moon happened, right? 12 degrees of Pisces. So I did talk a lot about the 12 energy as well. So I won't go into it too much. Just stay present, stay in the moment. The past has happened. We can't change it. So let it go and look forward. Look at now and look forward to where you want to go. Understand your reality, what you have control of, what you don't have control of. Have a patience with yourself, with God, your angels. Meditation, thinking things through. Sun is in Pisces, moon is in Pisces, I think until after supper time. Then it'll move into Aries. Look at this, we have the High Priestess as our first card. High Priestess is sitting in quiet contemplation and realizing the magic that you hold within. The beauty of who you are. The magic that you and you alone possess. And you do possess magic. So get to know yourself a little bit better if you don't believe it's so. This is when your intuition moves you towards magic, telling you to turn a certain way, read a certain thing, talk to a certain person. And the magic happens. So, especially when this card is in the first place, it could be that your eyes meet and it is just instant relationship. It's like you've known each other forever. And it ends up being a very long and fulfilling story that you end up sharing together. So that is the High Priestess. The magic comes in. But you have to realize your magic before you will really be able to experience the magic that surrounds you. So look within. Your talents, your abilities, what you can do, what you like doing. Maybe it's the way you move when you dance, sound when you talk, or when you sing. Maybe you don't sound good at all, but you don't care because that's you and you're expressing you. We have the Tower next. My goodness, strong energy today, people. The Tower is really, the walls fall down. The walls fall down and we're left with our foundations. And now it's time to build. We know what we did wrong. That was yesterday. That was in the past. What are we going to do right today to build that castle so it won't fall, so it's strong, so it's sturdy, so we have a sense of security, a sense of direction, a sense of comfort, a sense of happiness, love? Now, many times when the Tower appears in a reading, it signifies that something is going to be taken from you, or something's going to happen that really will 180 your universe. Many times it's out of the blue. We weren't expecting it, but oftentimes it's something that we have been ignoring, something that we know we should be paying attention to, but we choose not to. We procrastinate. We move it to the back burner. We try not to see it. I will tell you firsthand that it is a lot easier to look at it yourself rather than letting God, your angels, the universe, that divine energy come in, because it needs to go. It needs to be eradicated. It needs to leave you. And many times we don't see it as something that we want to give up. Many times we see it as a burden or a struggle or a storm to walk through. And more often than not, it's the story of how you got to where you are because of that one thing that happened that was so seemingly unrelated, had everything to do with where you ended up being going forward. So know that when this card appears, nothing is taken away from you that you need in order to go forward, in order to be successful. And I know those are just words, but try to keep that in mind if you're going through any kind of chaos or struggle, that you need to go through it, because you will come out stronger on the other side. You will come out to a path without a weight around you, something dragging you down, something still sitting on the back burner. And we have the Two of Swords. So decisions. We need to make a decision. Now, we're dressed in red here, if I'm not mistaken. Red. That's your passion. It's also your courage. The courage to make that decision, to take that step, to send that email, to make that phone call, to have that conversation, to do that action, to drop off that resume, to join that group, that gymnasium, that spiritual group, whatever it may be, to say yes to something, to say no. But a decision needs to be made. Now, we're also blindfolded here, which tells us that the answer lays within. So once again, sit in quiet contemplation. Listen to your own magic. See your own magic. The answer is within. Deep down inside, you know exactly what needs to be done. It might be scary. It might be daunting. It might be just taking you out of your everyday comfort zone into a new experience, a new adventure, a new relationship, a new environment. But you know deep down inside whether you should or shouldn't. So look within for the answers. I mean, you can ask people. Absolutely. Ask all the people you want about, well, not really. But if you want to talk to somebody first and get their opinion, and that's all it is an opinion. Now you take that opinion and understand if it works with what you're thinking. If you never considered that before, maybe you weren't looking at that perspective. They had a different perspective. And it opens your eyes to something new, or it just makes you stronger and more believing in yourself that you're making the right decision, because that information was just bad, or that advice. Okay, let's get a mantra card. Oh, you know what we didn't do? We didn't look at the bottom card. The Seven of Swords. So no, don't trust everybody. Oh, you know what is funny? This card stayed behind, which was the Queen of Cups. Love yourself. Love yourself is actually the bottom card, but we saw this one. Love yourself. Honor yourself. You don't need anybody's approval. It's your life. It's your walk. Sensuality. Express your sensuality. So right away, I'm thinking of the High Priestess again. Understanding your magic, your beauty, your sensuality, your creativity, your intuition. Discover those things about yourself and then express it. Okay, sensuality. So, being a sensual person comes with a heightened sense of awareness for touch, smell, taste, hearing, feelings. Sensuality will play a big part in your sex life and your overall ability to derive pleasure from life. Take advantage of what life has to offer and live it with love and passion. Get eager to experiment in life. You will make great discoveries of mind, body, and spirit, fulfilling your desires and enjoying the ultimate contact with another. Sensuality embodies all the quality of self-awareness, including your own uniqueness and authenticity within your own comfort zone. Express your sensuality in your own way and rediscover your own vitality. The mantra is, I live life to the fullest with passion and love. I live life to the fullest with passion and love. So do you do that every moment of every day? Probably not, right? You're being honest now. Yeah, you're brushing your teeth. You're not like, wow, I'm going to have such a great smile when I'm done doing this. What if you got a little bit more excited about just the mundane things in life? What would happen to your whole demeanor, your whole outlook? Somebody said I needed new stories, and they're right. So I have a little one that kind of works into this. Two frogs sitting on a lily pad. And call them Joe and Larry. And Joe says, oh, the sun's so hot it's baking me. Who was that, Joe or Larry? Joe. We'll say that was Joe. Larry says, oh, that sun, it just feels so good. It makes me feel alive. That means all the flies will be out. There'll be lots to eat. And as it goes on throughout the day, Joe's complaining about everything. The flies are too skinny or they're too fat. He don't like them that way either. And whatever happened, he didn't like it. And Larry is just having the time of his life. Every fly tastes great to him. He's having a hoot. And so now it's getting towards evening, and Larry lets out a croak, and Joe's like, oh, he's one of those. He says, listen, I just want peace and quiet. It's been a rough day for me. I just want to get some sleep, so if you could keep it down tonight. Larry's like, nonsense. He's croaking away, and all of a sudden he hears his friends down the river and down the creeks, and all of a sudden they're hopping towards Larry, and they get around, and they croak the entire night away, and of course, then Larry's like, oh, gonna get a couple hours shut-eye. What a great day, full of friends and good food and company, and Joe, even though he was on the same lily pad having the exact same experience, said that was the worst day of my life. I'm so tired now. I won't probably even be able to fall asleep tonight. So how are you looking at your life? How are you looking at your reality? And maybe you'll have to fib to yourself a little bit about how great the experience is about brushing your teeth and how great your smile is. But if you start doing that through little mundane parts of your day, watch your energy, your vitality rise. And then let your sensuality flow. Okay, let's get an animal here. I saw a horse on the bottom, freedom. Okay, but who is the card? Who is our animal of the day? Oh, look at this. Bat with clarity. How do we get the clarity? How do we get the understanding? The 12 energy. Being in the moment. Meditation. Thinking things through. Where are we now? What is my reality? Where do I want to be? How do I make steps to get there? Okay, let's go to the bat. Clarity, hidden fears, open mind, heart and soul, trust, and passion. Clarity of mind means clarity of passion. This is why the great and clear mind loves and sees distinctly what it loves. So many are afraid of bats, and when they fly in a sporadic fashion, never knowing where they're going to swoop, instead of relying on their sight, they use senses, the main one being their hearing. We're being told that the clarity we seek has to be sought in a different way. Bat offers you the clarity to see around you and what may be hidden. Now is the time. that you look at your life subjectively, see where you can add positive and passionate changes. You might sign up for a class, start a new creative project, or maybe finish one that you started way back when. Is it possible you're neglecting communication with those who love you and you're not even aware of it? You may have been acting like a hermit and didn't even realize it. Call a friend, plan a fun night out, release your old fears and anxieties. You can write down your fears one by one on a piece of paper. After you complete the task, take each paper and say aloud, I release. Insert your fear. Then rip it up or burn it in a fireproof container, allowing the universe to take care of all that is holding you back. One extra step is going to moving water and throwing those ashes in the moving water so the water takes it away and makes it, it eventually goes into the ocean, and it's so minuscule at that point. It's just nothing at that point. So we've just had a new moon, so this is a beautiful time to do things like that. Releasing your old fears and anxieties, but also I would add, also putting your expectations in for the path you want to follow, the things that you want to bring into your life. Write those down too and give that to the universe. Ask for it. And then don't hope, expect. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.